What the left did to America in gaslighting them and lying to them, especially to their own voters, they're going to continue to do. Welcome to Doug in Exile. I'm Doug TenNapel. You found the Doug TenNapel channel. Watch Joy read.
A majority of Gen X voted to turn America into an autocracy and to condemn our kids and grandkids to a far-right Supreme Court, probably for the rest of their lives.
I'd like to apologize myself for making fun of all of Gen X, for calling you dummies all this time, and you guys saved the country by voting for Trump in the largest numbers there is.
And it was not just Gen X, because while 91% of black women voted for Kamala Harris, 53% of white women overall voted for Trump, despite the open disrespect and demonization hurled by J.D. Vance and the Supreme Court stripping women's bodily autonomy, courtesy of Donald Trump.
Also, I know I've made fun of a lot of women, especially white women. I've degraded you, and I just want to apologize right now because you also, white women, also saved the country. By the way, on this stat, which Joy Reid totally doesn't understand, white college-educated women who are single will go for a Kamala like 60 to 70% to 30%. And it's the married women, married white women who cut toward Trump because people who have to maintain a relationship are not nuts.
The breakdown by education was stark. Harris won 57% of white women with college degrees and lost 63% of white women without them.
Which just goes to show that white women without a college degree are wiser than white women with a college degree, that white women actually unlearn wise things about life. And look, don't get me wrong. My wife has a college degree. My daughters are going to college right now for a college degree. You do not by necessity have to believe in lies just because you go to college. But I'm only saying there's a pattern there. Joy Reid's trying to imply that like only uneducated women. You ever met a woman without a college degree? You know what they're called? The working class. Waitresses, you know, they're often doing kind of, they could be in menial labor jobs, cleaning ladies, you know, they're not going to be in this, they're not going to be a neurosurgeon if they don't have a college degree. They tend to be the real kind of women that I meet over here at the bar that are like normal people.
It was also men. Trump won every age group of men, including 60% of Gen X men and 6 in 10 white men.
Now, I've said American men are wussies, and I also need to apologize to all American men because we came out and saved the country. And by the way, that's our job. When some evil Marxist, you know what, Kamala Harris, comes out to destroy your country, it's time for the men to stand up, and we voted and protected our women and children. So thank you to my American men. I had too low of a view of you, and now I must apologize.
Also Latino men who, despite the utter disrespect shown by Trump and his promise to deport some of your mixed status families, most of them voted in a 55% majority to make the deportations happen.
Yeah, you know why? Because Latino men actually live among Latinos, unlike Joy Reid. She doesn't know what it's like in these Mexican communities. I do, because we go and I eat all their delicious food at the Mexican market. They are working class, and they are watching illegals and gang members and really bad hombres, criminals, coming into their otherwise family environment. And they're going like, deport them to protect our Mexican little barrios and communities, because they're the ones that are going to get all these people thrown at them. Rich white liberals who opened up the border are not going to have to live with the kinds of illegals that our Mexican people who've been here, say, for over 4 years are going to have to live with. And that's why Joy Reid figured it out. Now here's Scaramucci. He's the liar who came out, a Republican who came out against Trump.
I hope we can put that rhetoric aside and we can move forward and think about what we're going to do as a country to unify the country and make the people in the country, particularly the lower and middle income people in the country, more prosperous.
Now, this is what a lot of the Trump haters are doing. They're coming out and going, unity, unity. I hope we can move on from this terrible rhetoric. And the CNBC guys like going, hold on, not so fast, son.
Yeah, the rhetoric got heated everywhere. You got pretty heated, Anthony. At times.
Joe, how did I get heated? What did I say, Joe?
About Trump?
What did I say? I said I repeated what he was saying. And I said this is wrong.
Anthony,
Come on, Joe.
you have had an utter disdain for Trump. You'll always be welcome at the table of legacy media and have people nodding as you trash Trump. That's always going to happen. But aren't you the slightest bit embarrassed or at least humbled about how wrong you were about
Joe,
the feeling of most Americans, let me finish, and for enthusiastically supporting a candidate who a majority of people thought had no business being anywhere near the Oval Office? And you're a Republican, and you saw all the different policies that she was talking about are anathema to what you thought your whole life, and yet you went along with it. Do you ever eat any crow, or not even a little crow
Joe, I'm not
wing,
really
like,
sure
like
Joe,
a little capon?
Absolutely burns him. This is CNBC, the financial channel, going to Scaramucci, which is the same challenge we have to many of our Republican never-Trumper friends. Republican never-Trumpers are essentially Democrat leftists. They're woke, and that's their number one thing. Not Republican, not limited government, not the Constitution. That's all a lie. They have a level of Trump hatred that they will throw their country and the Constitution under the bus because they hate him so much. Basically means they watch too much TV.
Just give me a little bit, Anthony, about how wrong you were.
Joe, first of all, I immediately put out a congratulatory tweet. Next, Joe, what would you like me to do? Do you want me to get on bended knee before you?
No, I thought you were going to start that it's going to...
That's not even what America is about, Joe. We have a violent disagreement about lots of things related to Trump's personality. You like Trump.
Now, see, I don't have to like Trump. Actually, I love him, but you don't have to like him. And that's what I hate is he's like going, you merely like Trump. No. We like his policies. You're the one who doesn't like Trump and then equate disliking him with disliking his policies. If Kamala Harris had Trump's exact policies, he would vote for her because it was not about policy. Meanwhile, America's ready to move on. Here's a lady driving by a Kamala Harris mural.
You gotta see me that one.
My girl just lost a day ago.
They're already wiping her out of memory. That's her legacy. They're covering up Kamala Harris already. They're going to memory hole her so fast. Like nothing made Hillary Clinton more hated than when she lost. Like Democrats are like, you have one job. And by the way, I believe the same thing. It's like, you have one job. You know, Trump, he won, but if he lost, man, the Republican Party would be attacking him today, saying, we don't know who you are. You need to go away. Kamala Harris will be vanished from history.
I have this sort of insatiable interest in every bit of wisdom you can impart.
I have this sensational interest in every bit of wisdom. That is not what humble people say about themselves. It's like saying, I'm so wise.
As a human, I deleted Twitter today as an act of self-preservation.
Hey, who talks that way? As a human, I deleted Twitter, implying that people who stay on Twitter are inhuman. As an act of self-preservation today, oddly enough, she actually removed probably one of the greatest things that would have preserved her. Staying on Twitter would allow all these other points of view into her head. In fact, it's one of the only social media outlets that even allow the other points of view that she won't allow into her head. So she actually just increased her echo chamber by cutting off Twitter.
And because I was no longer able to find the things I was interested in, I was seeing a lot of things that I'm not.
Yeah, in order to remain on MSNBC, she had to do a whole lot more of this. La, 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 I can't hear you, can't hear you, can't hear you. I'm Doug, in exile. Thanks for listening and thanks for watching, guys.